morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, show? How's it going? Where are we at? Friday, 5:32 in the morning, Pacific Coast time, Arizona time if you're in Arizona, which is where I am now. We're on a family vacation. I just couldn't sleep in, so we do the show. Good morning, MP. How are you doing? Good morning,
Morning,
Jason.
Dom.
How you doing?
Doing good.
I'm one state closer to you.
Welcome to Mountain Time. It exists.
It does, but it's still confusing. My kids are like, wait, how come the time didn't change? And I'm like, ugh, I know.
Why is it darker outside?
It's so weird. What do you mean the time didn't change? Because like literally as we drive the border, my daughter pulls out her phone just to like watch like the hour move forward, and I'm like, not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah. This is your first day in Arizona?
Yeah, we got in yesterday around 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
But yeah, we just hung out at the house. My ordered some pizza, and then the kids like immediately jumped in the pool because they saw the pool and had to jump into it. And then my grandmother came over, so we spent the evening with her, which is the whole reason we're out here. Was to see her, so I'm glad she came over
Nice.
right away.
Are you meeting up with our Arizona contingent at all? Really
Yeah, on Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I know there's a few names out there. I know Rofit's out there. Who else is out there?
Biceps, Lex. There's a lot of people in a chat. The 911 initiative. She's a new friend. I don't think she actually lives out here. I think she lives close, and she's just coming out here. I don't know. There's a bunch. Old Sailor. There's a bunch of new people actually that like I don't think I've ever met. That are real new in the community because of the card collecting. So that'll be fun. So some old faces, some new faces.
Cool. That's those are names Ryan is probably more familiar with. I've seen all those names in various
Yeah.
spaces. But whoever they are, whether I've seen them online or not, I'm looking forward to maybe meeting up with them in summer, in the dead of summer in Arizona.
What part are you guys going to?
We're going to what is the it's a 4-letter, 1-syllable town in Arizona. Mesa. 2 syllables.
That's where I am.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
I'm in Mesa right now. I was born in Mesa. My sister was born in Mesa, and then I think when she was 3 or 4 years old, we moved to California. So, and then my family lives around this area, like both sides of my family, dad's and mom's. Every single one of them. Like I don't think a single one of them has moved out of Arizona. They're all here. They just kind of spread a little further out into the suburbs, I think, away from the city. But yeah, they're still out here. What's up, MP?
I'll be hitting you up for Mesa, Arizona tips for sure. Where to go?
MP, how do we look on the giant gym TV? I need to know how we look on 4K, 70, 80 inches. How does Ryan's hair look? Is the most important thing.
Ryan's hair is looking
receding.
Great.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I did an interview with that I had on yesterday, and the interview that I had for an hour was me just being like, "What the? Can I wear my hat instead, please?" I was like, I wanted to like stop and ask. I was like, just to be honest, if I'm working virtually, I'm probably gonna wear a hat. So,
Yeah,
but I didn't ask that. So that's okay.
Well, MP says you look fan freaking tastic.
MP, you're so kind. Oh, I'm getting a package from MP soon.
Nice.
That just made me excited inside. I also got really excited when I just in my body, I was like, he's in Arizona. That's amazing, right? You're in Arizona.
Yeah.
In Mesa, where we're going. We're like we're pretty much there at the same time. except it's not July. I
Can
made it,
you?
guys. I was up till 1:30 this morning, cross stitching a patch of another NFT that I have. It's in no way related to VeeFriends. That's how I spend my time.
There you go.
And I'm going to make it into a patch.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys. I'm really tired
I
right now
was
because I cross stitched, but I'm really glad that I'm here.
Do you have school
how's
today?
it?
Oh
How's
yeah,
the
I got
picture of Dom's dog going?
it's like 90% done. I am the worst. I have 2 dogs sitting here in the last 10%, and I am like that is the most ADHD thing about me. Not that I don't think, not that I'm like, undiagnosed, but
Is
it's
that one
just
of
like
those things where I wouldn't notice the last 10%?
probably
Like you're not. It's not like you're missing an ear. It's just like.
it's like it's been sitting here, and I'm like,
That's such a good
why
point.
why can't I get over this last little mountain? It's like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
It's
an
a
artist thing.
thing that annoys
Artists
me
are.
about myself. So, um, my gratitude for today.
Go.
I had my 6-year-old crawl into bed with us. In fact, I went to bed with a 6-year-old in my spot. I usually meet her. That was the nice part. The sad part was I realized my 12-year-old will probably never do that again. I kind of sat there for like 20 minutes, kind of stewing in that. It's like, you know how like a 6-year-old just kind of like curls into you like a 12-year-old doesn't. That's where I was last night. That's where my headspace was. So thankful that I still have that little amount of time. And then my
Nice.
9-year-old was like
Nice.
up earlier than I was this morning, rocking her own little morning habit.
Right on. That's awesome. How about you, Ryan? In the chat, drop some gratitude, please.
I'm here right now. I'm here. Gratitude. I signed knowing I wasn't going to be 100% available mentally as I am balancing a few things today, which is good. But I was going to feel somewhat challenged for not coming in today because I know that how much helps me recently. And this is all about gratitude, guys. So I'm still within gratitude. But I did that men's group on Wednesday, and I love this. I want you guys to do this with me because it helped me. I want you guys to just for a second, just do this. I even told the group this is really helpful. And I said, well, basically, this is it. Thinking about kind of like where you are physically, right? So if you just thought about like physically, like what is it that you're actually just feeling right now? And again, this is all part of gratitude. But what are you actually feeling physically? And don't give any kind of justification for it. But like that's what I'm trying to do right now. Because I know that I'm feeling very cold. All my extremities are feeling cold. So I'm a little bit angry. I know I'm scatterbrained at the moment because I'm trying to kind of get so many things done, but I'm grateful to be here right now. That's not physical. Physical. I'm saying physical. Physical. I feel sore in my quads right now. I feel full because I actually ate breakfast early this morning. So that's where I'm at right now. It's definitely feeling good. But yeah, no, I'm grateful to be here right now. So it's good. That's where I'm at. Sorry, that's so fucking weird, right? But I'm here.
No, I like that. That's something I would do with my students.
It was, you know what? It's in like a men's group, it goes like one by one around the room. And so some people are like really uncomfortable doing it. And then you go to emotionally. But the hardest thing is this, is that you just have to say your emotion. So if I was like, you can be like, okay, I'm feeling anxious. You can say grateful, right? I'm feeling grateful. Then like some guys will get to this and be like angry. You can see being like, I don't want to tell you why I'm angry. And so it's really hard actually, but it's good because like you're just there with yourself in the moment. And I think it was a really good thing. I was really glad we did it. So do that with myself often now.
Nice. It's awesome. When's the men's group, or how often is it?
Yeah, it's every 2 weeks. So it's like on a Wednesday every 2 weeks. But it's nice because it's like I think I talked about this before, but I am grateful for that group too. And it's within a CrossFit gym that I used to like technically like live and work out of, because I would take like morning calls and then I'd go to the gym at like 10 a.m. but I'd be there till like 4 because I would start to like lift and I work out and I'd like take my calls as I'm like on the bench. And it was really nice, and everyone kind of knew that. And then like eventually everyone's like, why is that guy loitering now? And I stopped going, and then like Lauren picked up my my love for being there, so I don't go there anymore. Lauren was there, but this guy was like holding this men's group, and I was like, dude, is it cool if I just come? And he's like, yeah, totally. So I went, and so everyone's connected by like, I think the gym itself, so that larger connection I think helps the conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Shout out to Chrome Bridge real quick. We got the Tree Gens. I think I know who that is. And then Raw Honey J. I think that's shoot, I just blanked on her name. Jamie, right? Good morning,
Jamie.
y'all. Thanks for dropping your gratitude in here. MP as well. For MPs is funny. Grateful for machine augers. Without it, my back would be screaming. Yeah. 100%, dude.
Yay for heavy machinery.
For me, my gratitude is finally getting to see my grandmother. So she's had a incredibly tough year or so. She basically got catfished and lost everything. Destroyed her marriage. Asked her husband for a divorce. Like sold their house. Gave money to this random person on the internet and lost everything. Not that they had a lot, but it was enough. So then her daughters stepped in to help her get a place more local to them. But then she's just been fighting with her daughters over control of her life, because they kind of like put her on arrest, like they took over everything. And they wouldn't let her have, like, she had to ask for, money for medication for her animals, or, new measuring cups or whatever. And it just was this whole big thing, a pretty rough part of my year last year. And so I've been trying to come out here, and she keeps putting it off, and she'll say, oh no, the house isn't ready. And I'm like, I don't care. You could live in a tent. Like, I just want to come see you. Because it was pretty bad, like there were some conversations we had where, she was saying suicidal things and stuff like that. And it's been a thing on my mind. And, we finally made it out here. We finally made the trip. I was glad she came over last night. And then we're going over to her house tomorrow, or today, sorry, once everyone else wakes up. So that's what the weekend's all about, her.
Nice. Sorry, I didn't realize that was such an anchor. That is such a great thing for the family to be out there. Has she given any feedback to you guys being out there? Is she really grateful? What's she feeling?
I think she's still very negative and salty towards the whole like event, and like the way her daughters have treated her, and like how she's now like kind of like on the outs with all of them. So she was very much spending a lot of time asking me like if I hear from them, or any of what's going on in their lives and stuff like that. And what's funny is, because of the way that they've treated her, I don't talk to them. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm not talking with my mom right now. Like, it's just the way that she's treating her own mother is just, like she made a mistake. Like, we all know how good scammers are, like, especially doing what we're doing. She made a mistake. She's old. She got duped. Like, it is what it is. But there's just a lot of mean and nastiness in that family. And so you know, I was just wanted to be more of like a light and a joyful presence in her life. So it was like, look, we're just gonna come out. I'm just gonna let you hang with the kids. I don't really want to talk about the family. I just want to, you know, give you something to look forward to, kind of thing.
Damn, man. I feel like it's so. I feel like it's cliche. You okay? What's going on?
Oh, the sun's coming up. I was like, oh, sunrise.
Oh, it's gonna sound cliche for me, but like, oh man, I kind of want to like. What's that emotion I'm feeling? I'm feeling like I almost want to cry a little bit. That to me didn't feel like what I really wanted to get across, because it wasn't that I want to cry. I was feeling emotional. The whole situation sounds like really messed up, but
Yeah.
I think it was me feeling grateful for just knowing you, because how you just presented that and how you stepped into the role of just being like, look, I don't really need anything from you, and I don't really want to talk about anything that you feel you don't want to, and I'll just be out there and say that we won't. But like, my kids are coming, we're just going to make sure that we can kind of enjoy life for what it is and where we are right now. Dom, that's like, I think the first word that came to me was like mature. I was like, that's such a mature thing, where I think, and maybe I'm projecting on this a little bit too, is that I think that some families would either completely just sweep it under the carpet, or they just, would, I think maybe even not even try to kind of engage in that kind of way. So I really look up to you for handling it like you did. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that's a tough. Just getting there. There's certain things that you see where it's just like, with our older family members, where things just like suck. Certain things, you kind of went through that with Gail. With,
Jason, do you need a doggy door? Can we get a dog door for you? The amount of times your dogs ask to go out while like it in like a 30-minute stream, your dogs go out like at least 3 times.
I know, but they go out, and then Freya has learned to jump the fence, and then I have to stop this and go out and chase. I don't have to chase her. She listens really well. I'd rather deal with.
They're just like kids. They just want his attention. They're so upset that he's like sitting there. He won't throw the ball with them or play with them. And they're just like, come on, man.
They get plenty of attention. But I was saying, like, it's just like like seeing like our family, our aunt kind of went through a few things, which just, part of older age, which, really puts some things in perspective and thinking about, what it's going to be like for us and around that time. So yeah, it's like, it's definitely a thing where, if we're, starting to talk about the reading today, that whole journey of like what, how you support and treat those situations. I think it's important for kids to see, and not necessarily leave them out of it. Like, we had a few talks of like, old age and, how our bodies change throughout times, and the decisions that we make now affect what we do when we're older. Those are all some conversations we've had over the past few weeks with the girls. Yeah, it's not always fun. It's not always peaches and cream. So yeah, props to you, Dom, for jumping in and supporting like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you wish you could do more, like, and it's so easy to like excuse like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do, like, I have to work, I have kids, I have home, like, I wish I could do more. I wish I could call her all the time. I wish we could send stuff to her. One of the things I did do was I told her, I'm like, look, if you have anything for me to do while I'm at your house, just let me know. So like I brought a bag of tools and a drill and all that stuff. I'm like, and I told Amy, I'm like, when we go there today, I want to try to basically trick her into telling us what she needs, and then we'll go to Walmart or Target and get her, a couple of things. Like she mentioned yesterday, like she brought us brownies. Like she made brownies and brought brownies over. But she was like, I don't have any measuring cups. So I'm like, noted. I'm going to get you measuring cups tomorrow. Like, it's like those
Wait,
things.
how did the brownies taste?
They were good. I couldn't get Brooklyn off of them.
That's
They were
but with
they
no
were a little
measuring cups. I
hard.
mean, is
They
this
were,
not a superpower of like a grandmother?
come on, man. You know more than anybody. If you cook enough, you don't need measuring cups. Measuring cups are the sign of an amateur.
Now, hold on.
Dude,
But do you think getting her the measuring cups may be the issue then? Because aren't you
I
taking the
love
grandma
measuring.
at a grandma at that point?
I don't know. It was something she brought up, so I was like, okay, if she really feels like
Right.
she wants measuring cups, like if she mentions it again today, like you better believe I'm gonna bring her back measuring cups. um, and it's just one of those things, where like she's on a fixed income, and like her daughters aren't helping her; they're giving her more strife. And like, if I can afford to give her some stuff, 100% I will.
Mhm,
Like, she
mhm.
still sends the kids a birthday card and money every year, and I keep telling her like to stop. Like actual cash, like not a check. Whenever, like when she used to send a check, I just wouldn't cash it because I'm like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't need a check for $5. It's not a lot of money, but that's like food for her. So yeah,
yeah. I know our aunt still sends money to us,
yeah,
like us, not even the kids. And so it is that weird feeling where sometimes when I really kind of step back, it's like you'll kind of look at the money, the check, and I put it on the counter. I kind of take a step back and I'm like, where are we in life? Because I feel like my brain goes back to me like in high school. I'm like, but I'm not in high school, right? And
yeah.
so it's and then in my mind, I'm like, hold on, we got to figure out like where is this falling in, our worlds right now? And am I just gonna bring myself back if I actually cash this thing? So um
Well, I think those are the things like we're still at the point where, our parents are, they're relatively, they're still moving and, we can hang out with them. There are certain things that I think happen that kind of age you mentally. And I would imagine that like having a parent pass away is one of those things where that kind of moves you towards that line of what you previously thought adult life felt like.
mhm.
There's also things that keep us feeling young. Like for example, like when mom will come out to visit and like, she'll get groceries for us. Really appreciate that. And like that's a thing that like keeps me feeling not not totally adult, like having a parent like help you like that. And at some point that's going to go away and you're going to be feeling that role. And when I think about what an adult feels like, I
Mhm.
feel like that's something that's going to push you towards that line. Is like when you start doing the things that your parents do and building on the things that you think you can do better. But like those are the things where it's like once I start having to do with those things and dealing with those, later life situations, that's what I'm going to feel like what I think feeling like a true adult feels like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it sounds like I think you're talking about what Dom is doing. You going to get the dogs again?
I gotta get the dogs. Be right back.
Yeah. All right.
Give
Uh,
me a counter.
I know Dom. It sounds like that's kind of what Dom is stepping into right now. But I think that what's more important too is that you are doing it with not just intention, but I think that you're doing it proactively versus it like, hey, you want your parents to come out or something, and then you ask them to, and or you want your parents are just going to come out and then you reactively kind of take on that role, like, okay, well, you're here now, I guess we'll just take care of you. But Dom, I think that's amazing. I keep thinking about the idea that in these situations, because I felt this way growing up, I didn't even know it, but even now I think it's important is that kids kind of know regardless of whether they really know or not, right? So they probably see you, Dom, taking care of your grandmother, right? Their great grandmother right now. um and they might not know the gravity of that. And so it's like they're still seeing it and they still know what's going on. They likely still know that there is some, strife between, grandma and then the daughters, right?
Hmm.
They don't really know what it means. They just know it's like in their head, maybe it's just the fact of like, oh, they're just not talking. And then that can become a normalcy, right? That's kind of what they associate with like what families are. So if you are turning a leaf of the family and being like, you know what, it doesn't matter who's fighting in the family, we're just gonna step and go see grandma, right? Because that's important.
Yeah.
So again, I keep wanting to give you flowers on this. But that's just really great.
Thank you guys. Yeah, it was super cute. I mean, we all just kind of sat out here on the patio, and the girls, like, and Amy, they all just kind of like sat there and chatted, and Bentley was in his own little world. And then like she has animals, so the girls are Brooklyn and Bentley are super excited to go over to her house today and see all her little animals, chase down her cats, and then Brooklyn will, go into, her allergies and get hives and have trouble breathing, and we'll leave because she's allergic to animals.
Mhm.
But it'll be worth it for her. She's so excited. It's so weird. She knows she's gonna like have that trouble, but she's just like giddy to go over there. It cracks me up.
Oh man, I love it. I wish I would love to know more about what David's talking about over here. This is like this is kind of the thing about StreamYard. I like StreamYard, but I'd also love it to be more of like an X space where like, we could ask David or David could come up and like let us know like what's going on right there for him to kind of talk it out.
I think he's like got a lot going on at work right now.
Well, it does say personal activities. But yeah, I would just love to hear it. I think it's great to kind of work through those. Just one great dad sharing his advice.
Whew. So what are you guys up to this weekend?
Could go
Any plans?
any direction there. We got soccer season starting up with my oldest.
Okay.
That's kind of the main thing. I know there's something else planned. We finished planning out our summer. We really nailed that this year, and I'm glad about that. There's no more there's no stress about summer right now, about what we're gonna do. So
just like camps and programs and
lining up
trips and
camps
stuff like
We got
that.
Arizona. That's something that's been on my list for the past year, is like really nailing down the summer of planning things.
Gotcha.
Wrap up
Oh,
this
that
year.
feeling. We are
What's the other journey? Go ahead.
we have I think Laura and I have a lot of movement right now, I think professionally. So Lauren's still handling that and then also planning everything for the family and the girls mostly. So but nothing, I'm checking my calendar right now. I'll be like, what is on my calendar that my wife put in there for me this weekend? But no, there's nothing really.
It would be great for a clear calendar for a few days.
I was gonna say I need to have Lauren and Ryan Turner date night. I'll call in some favors and get you guys a table at wow, I just blanked on the name. That sushi restaurant, the NFT project.
Oh yeah,
Gary's involved in
the Flyfish Club. Yeah,
Flyfish.
actually, Lauren walked in. I know it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna have a client waiting in a second, but Lauren walked into the bedroom where I was just getting myself mentally ready for the day. AKA, I was lying on my bed scrolling my phone, and she's like, "Hey, just gonna ask. I already know the answer." She's like, "There's 2 other couples who want to go out on a date night, like a 3-way date."
Come on, Ryan, just say yes.
I can sense the stress that Ryan would be feeling at that immediate moment.
I'm just like, what? She's like, I already know the answer. I'm pretty sure I didn't say any words.
Ryan, how often does your head do that? Where you're like,
I just picture myself at like a date night with like with two other couples and me just I don't know. I can go off. I'm not gonna go off right now.
Brian, I know the
Don't you
look
guys
that
want
you
to?
give.
Don't you guys want to talk about knowing gnomes? Come on, guys.
I know the face that Ryan gives when he's slightly annoyed, but he's really trying hard to be engaged and listening. And I can imagine you having that face the entire date night.
And I'm sure Lauren
Yeah.
knows the face too.
Yeah.
She does.
The face
Anyway.
that says, "I'd rather be anywhere but here."
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I don't love that is a known face of mine because it's never what I want someone to feel. But then again, I guess I am at this point in my life. I feel like I'm pretty open. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be here with you guys. Just like I'm just
You're a
gonna go.
very
Is that cool?
expressive. You're a very expressive human.
Ryan, here's what
Am
you're
I?
good at, though. It's like
It's a good thing.
I know when you feel like that, and I also feel like that sometimes. And what you're really good at, that I've kind of picked up on, is you're really good at keeping other people talking, so you don't have to talk.
Oh yeah, that's called safety and deflection. It's just self-preservation.
Ask those questions, buddy.
All right, guys. Let me just pop off. I got Carlos waiting for me. I'll go see him. All right.
See you guys.
So
Have a good day.
oh, balloons. Look at that.
See you guys.
Oops, I hit that early. All right, chat. Thank you very much for everyone for hanging out with us. We will most likely see you tomorrow if I can't sleep and I wake up and I do this again. I'm very surprised that no one heard me and everyone else stayed asleep because I am inside the house, not hiding outside or in a garage. But yeah,
The sunlight's
we'll be
nice
here.
Background.
Yeah, like that sunset coming through.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
might hang out out there.
Relocate outside for some episodes as it warms up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might go out there tomorrow. See you, buddy.
See you, Dom.
Later, everybody. The music won't play. The music won't play. How rude.